American Eagle Gold's based near Smithers. We have a great copper project. Our first drill hole started in August. We got the assays back November 7th. We shot off like a rocket. We went from 3 cents to 30 cents. We had high grade copper and gold right from surface, over 100 meters of over 1% copper equivalent. Our second hole was over 300 meters of over 0.6% copper equivalent. We just released our fourth hole. It was a complete game changer. We drilled decent grade from 0 to 150, and we drilled through what they historically called shutdown rock, where everyone before left the property. And starting at 363 meters, we hit almost 200 meters of 0.75% copper equivalent. In this whole region, no one had ever drilled a drill hole like that. So it opens up everything. All the big companies are paying attention to us. Everyone knows the Golden Triangle in BC. The Babine area where we are, I think it's better. You can actually back up a semi pickup truck right to our property. There's no helicopter access. We're sea level. You can work there all year round, access to camp. And with that recent fourth hole, this is like the next big copper region. I'm extremely excited. We just raised $2 million, so our stock's kind of wavering around 20 cents, but long term, I think it's a very, very good investment. Incredible results is underselling this. We had 7 drill holes. If you could blindfold me and just have one drill hole like all 7 of ours have turned out, I'd be ecstatic. We drilled along a plane and we hit top to bottom mineralization of every single drill hole. And you gotta remember, we drilled along a fence because we need to do that for our permitting. We weren't really able to even step out. So I always tell people this, if you like to drill hole this year, which sent our stock from 3 cents to 30 cents, wait till next year we can actually drill based on 3D modeling assays. This year was based off a thumb suck. It was blinded drilling and we hit on every hole. Next year we're gonna blow it out of the park. I'm very confident. So we have about $2 million in the bank. We liked everything we're doing so much for drilling this year that we put as much of our money into the ground. If you want to make money in this business, you got to put that money into the ground. Sustainable wealth is created from drill holes that are hitting. And our 7th drill hole, it kind of explained our 4th drill hole and our 2nd drill hole. So yeah, that $2 million we raised is that $2 million in the bank. That's what we have. Plans to drill, plans to raise money. We'll probably do a charity flow through at some point in the year. We want to do that $2 million raise ahead of time. It looks after our working capital, gives us some walking around money to do marketing. There's an expression, the tree falls in the forest. Does it even make a sound if anyone's around? Our weakness right now is the best weakness that you could possibly ask for. People don't even know that we exist. The toughest part of this business is finding a deposit, hitting good drill holes, which we've done. So right now, our main strategy is have people know that American Eagle's out there and have people know that NAC is a great project worth investing in. That's a good problem to have. We're going to spend some money marketing to make people know that we're there and make sure our stock goes up, because our next raise we want to do at a lot higher price. People like people that make you money, and a lot of investors came in at 3 and 4 cents and they did pretty well. So when you see the trade-off of our stock, I think the highest we closed at was 29.5 cents. A lot of people made a lot of money. So even at 20 cents, some people were getting shaken out around there. People like people that talk to you. And, any investor that writes me a text or messages me on CEO.CA, I get back to them. Whether you invested $100,000 or $100, that's still money that you worked on. That means you believe in me, you believe in the company, and it's worth talking to you. And a lot of the investors out there, they make a lot of noise, and you got to keep them well informed. I try to be a CEO of how I be a husband. It's all about communication, transparency, let everyone know what's going on. I've been investing in this business for over 20 years, and one thing that always frustrated me was not knowing what's going on with the company, not being able to contact the CEO. So I like to think that the investors can contact me anytime that they want. So that's why we have a pretty good following. Like I said, we only have blue sky ahead of us. We have what I believe has the potential to be a game-changing deposit that a major company at some point will take over. If you look at GT Gold sold their company. They only did 21 drill holes. I believe they sold their company maybe 3 years after they went public, maybe 4. We want to create a liquidity event for our shareholders, in 2 to 3 years. I think we're well on our way to do that. Big ore bodies hang with big ore bodies, and you always want the geologists that helped find that big ore body that's nearby. Charlie Gregg was in charge of GT Gold. He's the brains behind it, and he's one of the brains behind our company at NAC. He's helping us focus where we want to drill the holes, to kind of create that next GT Gold. And hopefully we sell it for more than GT sold their company. One more thing I want to add. If you want to put a placement valuation on our company, look at what Boliden did with A-Mark. Boliden invested, I believe, around $70 million in a property called Duke. If you look at Duke, it completely encapsulated us. It's like chocolate around an almond. But the individual that actually optioned the property to us, he had all that property. And guess what? They held on to NAC because NAC had the best targets. I'm not saying Duke isn't any good, but what I'm saying is Boliden put $70 million in Duke. That's like buying France and not including Paris. When I go to France, I go to Paris. We have the City of Lights, and I believe we have the next great discovery on our hands at NAC in BC. I'm extremely excited. We're going to drill. We're going to keep on coming out with good news. Now's a good time to start investing.